agenda that what we're going to cover in today's conferencing developed. So that was just a concept developed by the Bell Labs, Bell Laboratory, who came up with the concept of video conferencing where people can talk with location separated. It took almost 50 years to give a birth to a two-way video communication. So that communication happened on the wire. At AT&T lab, AT&T is the lab who demonstrated the concept that the video conferencing is possible on wire. It again took another almost 72 years to convert the concept onto the video part. So that was the rise of video conferencing. So this was the third industry by the name of Polycom Lab who developed the equipment. It was a single piece equipment which is all the required things for video conferencing embedded in a single unit. So here they can speak or they can hear the voice from the other people on a copper wire. 2000 was the rise of smartphones. As we all know, the smartphone came with the rear camera first, and later on in 2002, the front camera was embedded. So this was the first time in 2002 when video call was possible. So it was point-to-point communication. Another 18 years when coronavirus comes. So between those 18 years, 2002 and 2020, the communication was not so popular. The video conferencing was not so popular. It was happening on the one-to-one basis in the organizations or maybe at the personal front. But 2020 was the year when it was like I would say coronavirus has boosted it up in a very high way when people started talking most of the time talks on the video calls or maybe on the conference. Next, please. Primary goals for the conferencing were kept very simple. It has a very straightforward approach. That means like there has to be a communication, no matter you are visiting to the person or you're not visiting to the person. So there has to be a communication on video medium, and it made the meetings very easy. So easy communication was there in the primary goals of video conferencing. Next, please. So the component that we're going to talk about which is used in video conferencing most of the time. So I would not say these are the 4 components. There are more components required for video conferencing and on a professional level. So it's like video camera is required. अब पहले हम लोग webcams use करते थे. Then we started the embedded cameras on laptop. Then again there is another kind of camera which is called your PTZ camera. Then the zoom has increased. Now the 4K cameras are also used. Microphones are like again the second equipment which is very essential. The use of this microphone is like it converts your voice into the electrical energy and get it ready to transmit. Speakers basically this electrical signal coming from the far end has to be converted into the audio frequencies. So speakers are required for that. Display is to see, the screen is to see the far end people, what they are they interactive or not. As we can see, some of the attendees has turned their videos off. We can't. The most important component required, those were the basic components. The first 4 were the basic components which is required. The next most important components are the codecs. Codec we call is a coder and decoder, where all the signals has to be mixed into one form and get ready to transmit to the far end over a network. So network is again your internet connection or maybe your mobile data connection. So network is essentially required. So more the video size is like if you're using a 4K video camera, then the network bandwidth has to be very high. So that again codec do all the processing, and on the network it transmits and receive all the signals. Next, please. Now the conferencing type, video conferencing type. Yes, video conferencing is also have a type. So there are the dedicated systems which were used most of the times before COVID. So this is for video conferencing. Few of them are listed here. These are the best examples which I can talk about in terms of applications for video conferencing. Business, yes, we all are doing business, and it's very essential to do meetings in business. When it's very difficult to travel on the road or maybe going somewhere else, you can do a video conferencing for that business meet. Learning is another next level example for the application of video conferencing. you have seen the classes are happening online, students are learning from home. So that's called e-learning platform, where the video conferencing is highly applicable. Chatting with friends, like we all guys are talking right now, so we are chatting on friends, sharing knowledge on this Zoom call right now. Family talks. So I'm not sure how many of you have heard in past that marriages were happening online. So that's like the weddings were also happening online. So that thing was like family talks. The ring ceremonies were happening online. The weddings were happening online. So that's the family talks category that happens. The medical consulting and Bangalore, one is in Mumbai. So everyone can gather at the same time and can talk with face to face, like we are talking right now. It's totally traveling free. There is no need for travel if you're doing a video conferencing. It connects you to the real world on a virtual medium. So when you're doing virtual meetings, it looks like you're actually doing that meeting. Learning made it very easy. The video conference made the learning very easy. So हम लोग सीखते हैं, like in these all things we are learning using the video conferences.